again, with us, like, we're speaking as musicians, like, we're trying to catch up too. You know, people keep asking us, when's the next song? And I'm like, dude, you understand it takes a long time. This is really hard, man.
Yeah.
You know, unless we just throw out crap like everybody, like, put, hey, do this beat, don't change anything, drop a lyric about pimps and hoes, and then put it out, and then just do it again.
What's up? This is Jericho, and to my left is Zap. We are from the 6-time international award-winning hip-hop pop duo, Banded Future. You know what I meant to say. We have a sound that is fun and enjoyable for anybody to listen to that is uniquely Californian. And this is the Life is a Circus podcast, where we talk about everything that is interesting, funny, and just downright ridiculous. So before we start, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with at least 2 people that are going to the beach this week. They can listen to the podcast at that's the best that I could come up with. My God. Yeah, it could have been better. It could have been worse too. Hashtag progress. So check this out. I was looking at a statistic that made me think about something very interesting. It has to do with music. I was looking at some numbers with Lil Wayne, and it was interesting. So Lil Wayne has released, I'm close, like 289 singles. Something
Sounds
like that.
about right.
Okay. He has 13 albums, but 289 singles. J. Cole has 67 singles and like 4 albums, right? And so I started thinking about, when did this whole singles over albums thing start? Because I think it's a cycle that keeps happening. I personally remember loving the idea of an album because it just had so much more, I don't know, the total story was interesting. Like, I liked listening to the albums from beginning to end, from like Busta Rhymes from Disaster Strike, listen all the time. No Doubt's Tragic Kingdom was like a big one for me. Drew Hill's Into the Drew, oh my God, it was like, but front to back, first song to last song was all great. There was the hits, but overall it was pretty good. And the last, I don't know, 10, 12 years, it's been more of a single kind of driven thing, which, like I said, happens in cycles. But I'm always wondering why. Is it people's personal, I have an opinion, and it might be
like why they're not doing albums, or why they're
not doing albums as much. And my opinion is that it just comes from a lack of quality in the music and our reduced attention spans, thanks to stuff like like social media. But listen to the podcast though, like, for real though, it's good. But I would point more towards the quality of the music. Sorry, musicians out there, but listen, I've heard people's B-sides not lately, where it's like, okay, they have a single and let's put another one out just or whatever. And the contrast is so, okay, you can have a hit song and then one that's like, yeah, it's okay. But when I'm talking about like stuff that's like pure gold and then the straight trash from the same artist and the same like week, that's crazy to me. And so I feel like that's the main cause of it, honestly. Like, music, people wouldn't have a short attention span for anything that's actually worth listening to, right? So I did a thing I didn't want to do, but I listened to a whole album of, I'm not gonna call anybody out. I'm not I'm not gonna be that dude.
Yo, juice, young blood.
Nah, man. If you're an artist, do your thing. But I will say, I was listening to an album that was released this year, just to see like if I'm onto something. And just personally for me, yeah, I wanted to listen to like track like 1, 4, and like 8, and that was it. Because the rest of them had such. Is it because I'm too old school? Because I miss the album concept, all those like great Missy Elliott albums and Timbaland and Genuine and Aaliyah, and there's like those funny little skits in the middle and all that stuff.
Into my eyes and you will see pieces of a broken heart.
I kind of felt like you might go there. But the thing is, hey man, he was doing his Thug Thizzle. Anyways, um, I think a single is good for catching people in the moment. Ice Spice, but for people that want to go like long term to capture people for real, you need a lot of content, a lot of stuff that's quality, and without it being like emphasized, I think you're going to have a lot of one hit wonders, here today, gone tomorrow type artists, and that is my opinion. What say you, Zap? You have a
Man, this is so complicated.
sure.
I guess I'll start with you, Star. I definitely the attention span for sure. Even myself, like it's hard for me to listen to anybody's whole album. Um, like things have just changed. You know, I mean, you think back to like way back in the day when there's only you like listen to stories on the radio and
Sure.
imagined what things were like, and like obviously and there's just less things to do, less distractions. So that like the album concept has been, I think, pretty popular for a long time. The quality of the music. The problem with that is that music is so subjective,
Sure.
and then being musicians, we can definitely speak on that because I mean, in the same day, we will get someone who was like, "Band the Future is the best thing I ever heard in my life," and then we get the same another person would be like, "These guys is the worst thing I ever heard in my life."
That dude can't sing oh my god. Fellas,
Like,
I know how you really feel, man.
we have gotten such polarizing comments, and for people who are like classically trained musicians making music, like things that you would say are quality lyric, like we won awards, like you know, this is from music peers, like internationally, in terms of our songwriting and our lyrics and our composition and all that kind of stuff, and people will still like say, "Oh, that sucks." So it's just so insanely subjective that it's hard to blame like whether it's a single or album on the quality of the music. Now, I mean, there's obviously, you know, again, being in the social media space, and then just us being like around a lot of hip hop, pop. There's definitely been a shift in the lyrical content and the subject matter, and we talked about that before.
Sure.
To where there's just a lot of songs about like stupid stuff or just hyper sexualized, just all kinds of other stuff that's just like, why are we singing about this? So if I can get it from that standpoint, and then that's just like one side of it. You gotta look at the artist and the industry side of it to like, I forget, oh, Will I Am, there's a thing, Will I Am broke this down so good about like the music industry and all the phases that it went through, from like, you know, music first being recorded on wax. You got records, and then you got transition to what are those called? The cassettes, but they were the bigger ones.
Oh, 8-tracks.
Yeah, 8 tracks, cassettes, the CD, and then now the streaming. All those transitions, like the difference between now and all those other ones was that you had a physical product that people could buy, and the music industry was just like living off of you rebuying the songs that you already had before. You had it on record, like, oh man, I got to get it on 8-track now. You got it on 8-track now. Oh, I got to get that same record on tape now. Or I got it on tape. I got to get it on CD now.
Right,
Oh,
right.
my CD scratched. I got to get another CD.
Yeah, all the time.
So it's just like, but when it came to streaming, there was like, well, what do we sell them? Is my camera blurry?
It got blurry. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I thought it was just like me.
I couldn't tell if it was like, do you have that background filter on? I don't know, but anyways.
Yeah, I think that was my camera too.
Okay.
But yeah, so now it's just like you have all of these expenses to make music, but you don't nowhere near the income. We went from selling $10 CDs, $10, $15, $20 CDs to like getting fractions of a penny
It's crazy.
for every song. Like we went from the mountain down all the way to the bottom. So it's like people have to. It made artists create, I think, more content, more, forced them to create more content faster. And now the game is just like who can get the most stuff out as fast as possible. And I think when you do that, the quality is going to suffer just in general, just because you're, doing that, Again, with us, like we're speaking as musicians, like we're trying to catch up too. You know, people keep asking us when's the next song. And I'm like, dude, you understand it takes a long time. This is really hard, man.
Yeah.
Unless we just throw out crap like everybody do this beat, don't change anything, drop a lyric about pimps and hoes, and then put it out, and then just do it again.
But by hoes and pimps this time make a difference.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, because I think they asked Bruno Mars or Anderson talk about the Silk Sonic thing. Like, how come the album only has 8 songs or something like that? And they're like, bro, you know how hard it is to make a good song? Like,
Yeah.
So they're like, we'd rather just have it be short and sweet instead of all this extra fluff. So I'm just saying I do miss the days of and I think people get conditioned to expect it. It doesn't have to be fantastic. It can just be the flavor of the week songs, okay. And it'll still get the artist really. And like I said, I'm not hating on any artist. If you're getting your money, good on you, man. I just want music to have a little more.
And the answer to everything is in the money trail. It's just like, why aren't they making albums? Because people aren't buying albums.
Yeah.
So they're not going to keep making stuff that's not, getting their revenue. And then the social media thing is, again, attention. It's like you put out an album and then that's it. And then we don't hear from you till the next album, which could take years to put together. But if you put out a single, then you put out another single, and then another single, and another single, now we're talking about you like every month we have something new to talk about, and then you stay relevant, and it's the singles game.
Yeah, I get how it works. It's just I miss it. That's all I'm saying. So hey,
well, write your congressman.
I was going to say write to us. Let's start though.
We're more likely to respond.
That's very true. But leave in the comment what your favorite album is. If you have an album that you love, that you've listened to since you were knee high to a June bug, album, let us know what. Pictures of a broken heart. It's a good album though, isn't it? It's a good album.
Gross.
That's what I mean. It just had a hiccup in the middle. That's all.
Kirk Franklin first. I mean, I know he had stuff before that, but that was like
when he started hitting, like, good lord.
Like New Nation Project, like, oh.
That's what I mean.
He wins.
I'm talking about the whole thing. The whole thing was good, not just.
Yeah. That was a good album.
Do you want a revolution? Yes, I do.
Except look into my eyes.
Hey, this is great. This is the Life of the Circus podcast. I'm Jericho. This is Zap, or I don't know what he's doing right now. But anyways, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with 2 people that can do a better imitation of that song. If you know what that song is, leave it in the comments as well. And that's all I got to say. If he wants to go on, let him go.
They took our jobs! They took our jobs! They took our jobs!